So good morning everyone.
Yeah, good morning.
This is the day 6 on our NC500 trip.
And it seems to be whizzing by.
It does.
Yeah.
Hopefully if you haven't seen the original videos, go back and look at them.
This is day 6 and we're at Dunrobin Castle.
Yeah, we've just arrived at Dunrobin Castle. Just parked the motorhome and going to have a walk down to the castle.
So we're going to have a look round and see how special this really is. Let's go.
Oh, there's a big queue.
Yeah. So this is the view you get as you come down the main road. It is very impressive. We were just saying, I wonder how much it's changed over the years between becoming a castle and more like a stately home. What the alterations were. It certainly does look impressive. And hopefully we get some good footage while we're walking around.
This is inside Dunrobin Castle. It's got no staircase. Yeah. Why?
I haven't seen the place.
Isn't it? How it's been kept like this.
Hey?
It's a bit amazing how it's been kept like this.
Mm.
Obviously it's not that old, is it, for a castle? Wow! Look at it though. Yeah, because she'd have had the baby in here with her, wouldn't it? The military room.
Well, the castle looks amazing, and it's another lovely day. Dunrobin Castle, superb.
There's going to be a falconry display shortly, but these are the birds of prey on display, or the falcons. And this one's shy.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay, let me introduce ourselves. I'm Andy, the first bird to fly this morning. His name is Amigo. And Amigo is a hawk, everyone. The biggest question I get asked here at Dunrobin, Andy, what's the difference between a hawk and a falcon? I'm hoping to show you all that here this morning. Hawks hunt and fly in a completely different way to the falcons. We have one of each in the display today. Hawks are very much low-level hunters, hunting usually from around tree height. They're short, dashing sprinter style of hunters. Amigo here and most of the hawks will fly from around a tree when they find something, and they'll be flying from about 0 to 45 miles per hour. Now, this particular species of hawk, by the way, Amigo is called a Harris hawk. Harris hawks are non-native to Scotland or the UK. They're actually coming from the Americas, and his native home would be the Arizona deserts of America, the Mojave Desert, the Sonoran Desert, and his range would be right down through the arid coast of Mexico and right down into Peru. So this is why I've called him a Spanish name. And as the other birds down there, we have Hector, we have Juanita and Aggie. So the reason why I'm using a non-native species, everyone, such as the Harris hawk, I'd like you to be aware the Harris hawk is the only bird of prey in the world that is gregarious. And gregarious means that they live and they hunt in packs in the deserts of America. Have a look at Amigo's tail here. He has a large white patch, and when the Harris hawks are hunting in the desert, they will usually flash this white patch to each other when one of them has found something to hunt. And working in a large group, once the Harris hawk sees this flashing of the tail across the desert floor, they start to gather towards the hawk that is indicating he's found something to hunt. And once all the Harris hawks do start to arrive, say where Amigo would be flashing the tail from, such as this, and there's no more standing room on the cactus, they're all waiting. Usually the last few pack members into the hunt will use these long legs to run through the scrub of the desert floor, and they'll be flushing up the game for all the birds above. Now, he will be catching such things as rabbit-sized mammals, anything down through the range of rodents. They do catch a lot of quail in the American desert, and I do believe quite a number of snakes also in their diet. And when I'm doing the displays here at Dunrobin, the children quite often ask me, Andy, do you mean a little bit like the velociraptors, working in a group and a team? Well, coming to think about it, everyone, Harris hawks are predators, they do work in a team, and let's face it, anything that lays an egg today is a direct descendant of a dinosaur. But the way he hunts in the deserts of America, who knows, the Harris hawk could actually be a direct descendant of those velociraptors. Now, Harris hawks have become a very popular hunting bird amongst falconers, only discovered since around the 1950s. Very much a newcomer, as falconry is thousands of years old, but it is this gregariousness that is lending itself quite well to modern falconry. By using Harris hawks such as Amigo, Juanita, Hector and Aggie, I'm hoping in the winter time to be able to take up to around 4 guests when the castle's closed to visitors on a hunting day or a hawk walk. And by using the Harris hawks after they arrive, they could actually have a hawk like Amigo each. They had the glove, the bag, the meat, and we could go for a hawk walk through the back of the woods, through Dunrobin there. The hawks will hopefully be following us along, arriving back on our gloves for smaller pieces of meat. So, when we actually go hunting, everyone, come on, Amigo. He's getting full. Now, lots of people ask me, Andy, could we go for a proper hunting day with Amigo? Let's see if we could catch a rabbit or a pheasant. And the answer is, yes, of course we could, everyone. Not everyone wants to do that, but all we'd have to do is take along the dog with us. The dog will be helping us find and flush the full-grown rabbits and cock pheasants. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware, but rabbits can run at the speed of around 35 miles per hour. he can fly when he puts the spurt on at around 45. So the hawk does have a slight advantage. Now, I do have a hunting scenario set up for you here today to show you exactly how that works. And at the base of this T-perch, I do have a pretend rabbit in the tube. There's a young man in the audience who's agreed to help me with a demonstration here this morning, and his name is Puntas. So Puntas, if you come and join me, buddy. Thank you. Puntas, you just get the rope and get set up, but don't go till I say. Okay, in a minute, I'm just going to go to the side of the lawn here with the hawk, everyone. And young Puntas has agreed to try and run down Dunrobin lawn at the same speed as a rabbit, 35 miles per hour. In the hope to show you all how we would catch one in the winter time. Okay, Puntas, on your marks, get set, go as fast as you can. Stop! Stop! Excellent. Give him a big round of applause, everyone. That was an excellent one. What a great sport Puntas is. Thank you, Puntas. That was fantastic. It's a very good run, but I've got to go all the way down there now to pick the hawk up. Thank you, Puntas. So everyone, this is how we would catch a rabbit or a pheasant in the winter time. What I'd like you to see next is exactly how I managed to pick the hawk up off a much larger piece of game. And I'm going to be utilising much smaller amounts of food. I'm going to hopefully distract the hawk away from that rabbit with a tiny, tiny piece of food. This is something that he can eat right away. And once I've hidden that rabbit quickly in my bag, I'm going to offer the hawk a much smaller amount of food. Once he's eaten this, I can usually then release the hawk back into the tree and we can carry on hunting. And with a hawk like Amigo, in only an hour and a half, I've quite easily caught 4 or 5 rabbits and 4 or 5 pheasants. Now, before the invention of the gun and within the history of falconry, the hawk was always known as the chef's bird. You will catch way more game with a hawk like this working at close quarters than you ever will do a super fast falcon. So let's get Amigo and bring him closer to the crowd. We'll tell you a bit more information about the hawk before we move on to the super fast falcon. Once the hawk has been distracted with a much smaller amount of food, you can see he's covering his food with his wings, and this is called mantling. It does protect his food from any other predators seeing what he's caught, and by so he's hoping for it not to be stolen. But also, you'll notice Amigo here, he is going to be eating rather quickly, everyone. And there is a reason why I'm hoping to show you this. Both hawks and falcons have a special part to their digestion. It's called a crop. A crop is a storage area for food, and both hawks and falcons do have them. It was helping the hawks and falcons as they evolved. If he was to catch something such as a rabbit-sized mammal in the deserts of America where he lived, it would be too heavy for him to fly away with that carcass. And if he was compromised on the desert floor by a desert fox or a coyote, it may steal the prey that he's just so hard worked to catch. And by eating quickly, he's hoping to store enough food as fast as he can to make sure that if that carcass was stolen, at least he's got some energy there stored with the food in the crop to take him hunting again tomorrow if he was to not catch anything else for the rest of the day. Now, it was our ancestors that did notice this about the hawks and the falcons, But I'd like you to beware, owls do not have crops. So owls' food goes directly to their tummy, which gives you no open window because they become tired very quickly and do not want to carry on hunting. But our ancestors noticed with the crop that you have a window of about an hour and a half to carry on hunting with his hawk before the food trickles down to his digestion system, and then he just can't be bothered. But about the 4th century, the first writings of falconry were discovered in Chinese, but nobody really knows where falconry did begin. And it travelled down the silk routes and the trade routes to become the most popular subject here in Europe at medieval times. In fact, it was so popular that, if you guys can believe it or not, I'd like you to beware that falconry was more spoken about in the alehouses then, and even football is spoken about today. Because before the invention of the gun, any working class man around that time was allowed throughout medieval Europe to trap and train a wild native hawk from the woods for the purpose of gathering game for his family. Now, those men were never allowed to have falcons. It was the royalty and nobility keeping the falcons only for themselves. But if you were a working class man with a large family and you had a knowledge of falconry, were able to trap and train a wild native hawk, in only 4 weeks from that trap date, there is no reason why you should be not putting large amounts of food on the table for your family. How important would that be to a working class family in all those days gone by? Now, at large houses like Dunrobin and throughout Europe, they would have employed professional falconers. And here in Scotland, the falconers would be going out in the morning time in the hope to gather enough food to bring back through the kitchens to feed all the staff and all the people that lived in that large house. But in the afternoons, they would be getting ready the falcons, and they would be taking the master of the house onto the open moorland behind the castle in the hope to show the master some fine falconry, hunting fast game birds with super fast falcons. So the next bird we have to show for you here this morning is a peregrine falcon. Have you all heard of one of those?
Yes.
He is renowned as being the fastest of all birds of prey. Does anybody in the audience happen to know the top speed of a peregrine falcon? Okay, everyone, you don't have to just believe me. I'd like you all to know it's there on the internet. Please take a look. It's under Frightful the falcon. She's a domestic bred falcon trained by her pilot owner with all the specialist time and equipment. In this short experiment, I'd like you to know Frightful was timed in the stoop and the dive from the sky at 242 miles per hour, around 300 kilometers. So not only does this make the peregrine falcon the fastest of birds of prey, it is official, the fastest creature to have ever lived on planet Earth. And if you give me a moment, I'll get him ready for you next.
Okay. So how are you enjoying Dunrobin Castle?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Really worth a trip to.
It's really well kept, isn't it? So it's just
absolutely superb.
yeah, the views are stunning, and the gardens are beautiful, and it's just well, we've been lucky enough.
And it's a
another
lovely
fantastic day.
Yes. Yeah.
So the falconry show was good.
Yes, it was.
Falconry show was good, so worth a visit. Well worth waiting for that. Yeah, so really enjoyed it.
Gardens are amazing.
Yeah.
Can you walk under here?
I'm not sure, I can get round here, you might be able to. So we've walked round the castle on the inside, took the walk to see some of it. Of all the oldie worldy stuff. All the different Dukes of Sunderland.
Oh, sun's bright.
And now we're just going to finish off, walk around the gardens and enjoy the scenery. Which, like we said, it's just beautiful.
It's just nice to see somewhere so well kept.
Yeah, the expense of the place must be a fortune, isn't it? Just the
Yeah,
upkeep.
that.
But it's worth it because it's just you're never going to get these again.
No, that's it.
Yeah. There we go. Right, so a little walk round.
So we've had a lovely morning at Dunrobin Castle, and we've now moved on to Brora. So we're going to go and have some lunch.
Yep, we're going to have a look for something to eat. So that should be nice.
Yeah.
Because the cafeteria at Dunrobin Castle
Was dreadful.
was dreadful.
But
There
the
we go.
hot food definitely was. I had to send it back. It was all cold.
Well, the hot food was cold. So yeah, so if you plan on eating at Dunrobin Castle, don't bother.
And the venison burger, a couple of bites I had was...
Dreadful. It was hard as
very
nails,
poor burger.
dry, it was horrible.
Yeah.
But there we go. And it was lunchtime, so that was about just after 12 o'clock. So you'd expect them to be done properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there we go. So we're in Bora and we're going to have a
Hopefully we'll
look.
find somewhere nice here to have some lunch.
Something to eat.
Yeah.
Let's go. What do you find?
Little bakery.
Little bakery.
So Paul got a... What did you get? Pie?
Yep.
Hot pie.
Little steak hot pie. We'll be trying that out in a second. So we're just at the bridge in Bora where the main road runs across the river, and a nice little bridge with a view of the river. So we're going to have our pie and our cake,
Yeah.
and then decide where we're going to go.
Yeah.
Where we're going to go next. Right, it's a lovely day again.
It is. It's lovely. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Can't believe this weather. Alright, we'll catch you all in a bit. So I've just had my steak pie, and you had your chocolate eclair.
I did.
Nice.
Very nice.
Mine was absolutely superb, really, really nice. So a big shout out to Whaligoe. Go. Really nice, yeah. So if you're coming through Bora and you want to stop and it's lunchtime, get there early and get yourself a nice pie. Lovely. Right, come on then, let's keep walking, shall we?
We shall.
Let's go.
Well, hello, welcome back.
So we've made our way along to...
Helmsdale.
Yeah. And a nice little fishing village right down on the coast. And this was going to be one of our plans for a stopover. But we're a bit ahead of schedule now, aren't we?
We are, aren't we? So we're now earlier in the day, so we're just going to have a walk round.
Yeah, and then we might head on a little bit more.
A bit further on.
See how far we get. So yeah, very pleasant afternoon in Helmsdale.
Probably a good little stopover. And they recommend putting something in the box for the lifeboats if you do stay over. As a little donation, which is a nice idea, I think.
Yeah, if you're planning on stopping for the night, and put a donation in the box. There we go. Come on, let's go and have a little run in the harbour. Well, we did say we was going to eat out here in a restaurant, so I don't know what restaurant we were thinking of having.
No.
We'll have to have a look.
Yeah.
See how we get on with that.
Well, we don't want to eat out in a restaurant now, so...
No, it's a bit early.
Yeah.
Mind you though, Paul can always eat.
Paul can always eat. You can tell by the size of his belly.
But we'll hang on now.
Yeah.
We'll hang on.
Whereas I like cakes and biscuits.
And then it'll be getting later and
Sweets.
later in the day. And we won't find nothing. There we go. No. Well, the sea's nice and calm.
Yeah.
Lifeboat, is it?
Fresh local seafood for sale.
Yeah. And as usual, the views are really nice.
Oh, look at that. Might even be picturesque.
You said I wasn't allowed to say picturesque anymore.
I know, that's why I said it.
Yeah, okay. One of the things I wanted to do up in the Highlands was to get close to one of the Highland cows and take some nice photos of them. And I think Sandra's found me one.
Yeah. Come stand with him then.
He's not going to run around much. He's not very hairy. Go on that second.
Whaligoe steps. We've just arrived.
Yep.
And we're just going to walk down towards the steps.
So we've got a nice evening for it.
Yeah.
So at least they should be dry, a bit safer than being wet.
Oh yeah.
So
there's not a lot of room.
I'm not looking
for
forward
parking,
to it.
is
I'm
there
looking
here?
forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to it. So here we go. Let's see how good it is.
Look, there's the sign. Please take care.
Yeah.
Bike or dog? I can't remember how many steps it's supposed to be. 300 and something, I think.
Hmm.
So that means 700 us coming back all together.
Just stick to it.
Sorry?
Just stick to it so you put your hand.
If it's like this all the way, you're going to do what? There's an edge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh.
Should have had to freight 6 days.
Hey?
Should have had to freight 6 days. I can't believe I'm doing this. Especially what she took up.
I'm not. You just watch what you're doing. loose. Yeah, a little bit. Mm.
Preferably when I look a bit more confident. Please don't run near the edge.
Hey?
Please don't run near the edge. See where some bits have all fallen off the walls, like.
Mm.
Stop doing that.
Hey?
Stop doing that. Tripping up.
You going swimming?
At the very base of Whaligoe steps, and I can't believe I've done it. I've got to get back up, obviously.
All we've got to do now, yeah, is climb back all them steps.
Oh well, can't believe I'm at the bottom of Whaligoe steps. My heart is absolutely racing. Oh, this is so scary. All these rocks. I'm dreading this, getting back up again now.
Jiggly bum.
Yeah.
So this is Sandra jiggling her bum on the way up the stairs.
I was going to count the steps, but...
Well, that's the bottom of Whaligoe steps, and I think this is a must do. It is just amazing, and to think in the olden days all the ladies of the village used to bring all the fish from here up these steps every day, and it's just it's just breathtaking. So here we go, back up all the steps, and I know I'm going to be looking for my tea when I get up there.
This was all open then.
It might have been. So, we're not halfway.
Look how steep it is going up. And we're out of breath.
That is
Come on.
steep. Whew.
These steps all look quite new.
Yeah. It's had work done, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Which is good. Just needs a bigger car park.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put a car park in.
Yeah.
Flights number 2 and 3 repaired by Charles Helmsdale, structural stonemason. That's the same room though.
Oh.
Shame it don't stay wet.
Yeah. Oh, last few. We're nearly at the top.
My heart rate is going 1 to the dozen. It's 140. Oh, just over 140, which is double my resting heart rate.
So, just goes to show, if we can do it,
Yeah,
anyone can.
especially me, because I'm absolutely terrified of heights.
Cool. Let's get these last few done. Wow, that was a walk up there. Look this way, it's a lot easier going down. Cool.
I thought it was easier coming up.
Oh,
I've got to say, I preferred coming up than going down.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
As much as it was uphill, I still prefer up than down.